Amy Lone. Remember her? She was an actress who appeared in the hit show Melrose Place. Her beauty and talent made her a rising star. People loved watching her on screen, but one night, everything changed. Amy made a terrible choice. She got behind the wheel while under the influence. The result? A devastating traffic accident. A woman lost her life. Another person was severely injured. From the bright lights of Hollywood, Amy's life took a tragic turn. The court didn't show mercy. She was sentenced to 8 years in prison. Her name is no longer associated with entertainment. Instead, it's linked to tragedy and loss. Amy Lone's story is a harsh reminder. Driving under the influence doesn't just destroy other lives, it destroys your own too. One bad decision, a lifetime of consequences. Michael Jace. You might know him from The Shield, where he played a police officer. On screen, he seemed calm, trustworthy, professional. But in real life, he was hiding something dark. In May 2014, at their home in Los Angeles, Michael did the unthinkable. He killed his own wife. And the worst part? Their young children witnessed it. The entire nation was shocked. How could someone who played a cop on TV commit such a horrific crime? The trial was intense. The evidence was overwhelming. Michael Jace was sentenced to 40 years in prison. From a respected actor to a convicted killer, his fall was complete. He went from TV screens to a prison cell, and he'll likely spend the rest of his life behind bars. Michael Jace's story is a chilling reminder. Fame and success mean nothing when you commit an unforgivable act. Domestic violence destroys families, and justice always catches up. Joe's son. If you watched Austin Powers, you might remember him. He also had a promising career as an MMA fighter. His future looked bright. But behind the scenes, Joe was living a double life. In the 1990s, he was involved in a horrific crime, a brutal group attack that shocked everyone who heard about it. For years, he got away with it. Then, his DNA connected him to the crime. The truth came out. Joe's son was sentenced to life in prison. His days of fame were over. The cage fighter was now locked in a real cage. But it didn't stop there. Even in prison, Joe couldn't control his violent behavior. He attacked another inmate and was convicted again. From the peak of his career to the darkest corners of a prison cell, Joe's son's fall was complete. His story is proof. You can't run from your past forever. And violence always has consequences. Skyler Deleon. He once had a small role in the legendary Power Rangers series. He dreamed of making it big in Hollywood. But instead of acting, Skyler wrote a real-life horror story. His crime was unimaginable. Skyler and his accomplices targeted Tom and Jackie Hawks, a retired couple who owned a yacht. They tricked them, deceived them, and then did something truly evil. They tied the couple up, forced them to sign over their yacht, then threw them into the ocean, while they were still alive. The cruelty is hard to comprehend. The brutality is sickening. Skyler Deleon was sentenced to life in prison. His Hollywood dreams were replaced by cold prison walls. From a hopeful actor to one of the most hated criminals in America, Skyler's story is a warning. Greed and violence destroy everything. Danny Masterson. Fans loved him on that 70s show. His comedic timing was perfect. His smile was charming. He seemed like the guy everyone wanted to be friends with. But behind the laughter, there was a dark truth. Multiple women came forward with serious allegations. They accused Danny of horrific acts. The stories were disturbing. The evidence was strong. The trial exposed secrets that shocked the public. The man who made people laugh was now facing serious criminal charges. Danny Masterson was convicted and sentenced to 30 years to life in prison. From beloved TV star to convicted criminal, his fall from grace was complete. His story proves a powerful lesson. No amount of fame or success can protect you from justice. Every action has consequences, and the truth always comes out. Ryan Grantham. You might remember him from Riverdale, the popular teen drama. He seemed like a promising young actor with a bright future ahead. But Ryan was hiding something terrible. One day, he did the unthinkable. He killed his own mother. When he confessed, the world was stunned. How could this happen? What went wrong? The court charged him with second-degree murder. The trial was emotional and heartbreaking. Ryan Grantham was sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole for 14 years. From a rising star on a hit TV show to an inmate in a maximum security prison, Ryan's life was forever changed. His story is a tragic reminder. Mental health matters. Warning signs can't be ignored. And when tragedy strikes, lives are destroyed forever. War Machine. That was his name in the MMA world. His real name? Jonathan Copenhaver. In the cage, he was known for his aggression and determination. Fans loved his fighting spirit. But outside the ring, he was a different person. In 2014, War Machine brutally assaulted his ex-girlfriend and another individual. The attack was vicious. The injuries were severe. The public was horrified. This wasn't a fight in the octagon. This was real violence against real people. The court sentenced him to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 36 years. From a celebrated fighter to a convicted felon, War Machine's life spiraled completely out of control. His story is a warning. Fame and talent don't excuse violence. And uncontrolled rage destroys everything in its path. Suge Knight. The name alone brings back memories of the golden era of West Coast rap. As the co-founder of Death Row Records, Suge was a powerful force in the music industry. He helped launch careers. He built an empire. He was feared and respected. But Suge's life was always surrounded by controversy and violence. In 2015, everything came crashing down. Suge was involved in a fatal hit-and-run incident. Someone died, and Suge was behind the wheel, and the music mogul tried to fight the charges, but the evidence was clear. He reached a plea deal and was sentenced to 28 years in prison. From the top of the music world to a prison cell, Suge Knight's empire collapsed. His story proves, no matter how powerful you are, the law is more powerful. Violence catches up with you, and empires built on fear eventually fall. Elizabeth Holmes. She was once called the next Steve Jobs, a young visionary CEO who promised to revolutionize healthcare with her company Theranos. Investors believed her. The military believed her. She raised hundreds of millions of dollars. She appeared on magazine covers. She gave inspiring speeches. She was a role model for young entrepreneurs. But it was all a lie. Theranos' technology didn't work. The blood tests were fake. Elizabeth had deceived everyone. Yet when the truth came out, the fall was swift and brutal. Elizabeth Holmes was convicted of fraud and conspiracy. She's now serving time in federal prison. From celebrated CEO to convicted criminal, her story shocked the world. Elizabeth's downfall is a lesson. Transparency matters. Lies always come to light. And in the world of business, deception has serious consequences. Hernandez. He was a superstar, an NFL player with a multi-million-dollar contract with the New England Patriots. He had everything: fame, money, a promising future. But behind the success, Aaron was living a dangerous double life. In June 2013, the unthinkable happened. Aaron was arrested in connection with the murder of Odin Lloyd. The evidence was overwhelming. The trial was shocking. The NFL star was convicted of first-degree murder, where Aaron Hernandez was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. But the story doesn't end there. In 2017, while still in prison, Aaron took his own life. He was only 27 years old. From NFL glory to a prison cell to a tragic death, Aaron's story is heartbreaking. It's a reminder. Success on the field means nothing if your life off the field is filled with violence and crime. Sheen. He was one of the biggest TV stars in the world. 2.5 Men made him incredibly wealthy. He was earning millions per episode. But Charlie's personal life was always chaotic. The public knew about his struggles with addiction and his controversial behavior. Then, in 2015, Charlie revealed something shocking. He was living with HIV. The announcement stunned the world. How long had he known? Who else was affected? Charlie has been open about his diagnosis, and he's used his platform to raise awareness about HIV and the importance of treatment. But living with HIV is a daily battle. The stigma is real. the health challenges are constant. Charlie Sheen's story is a reminder. Fame and fortune can't protect you from illness. Life can change in an instant, and facing a diagnosis like this takes courage. Bret Michaels, the legendary rock star with the iconic bandana and long hair. He's known for his music, his energy, and his larger-than-life personality. But Bret has been fighting serious health battles his entire life. He's lived with type 1 diabetes since childhood. Managing it while touring and performing is incredibly challenging, and it got worse. In 2010, Bret suffered a massive brain hemorrhage. Doctors said it was a miracle he survived. Despite everything, Bret continues to tour, perform, and raise awareness about diabetes. But the truth is, he's fighting every single day. The illnesses are constant. The risks are real. Bret Michaels' story is inspiring, but it's also a reminder. Health is fragile. Even rock stars aren't invincible, and some battles never truly end.